6:52, the kettle starts to hiss. My hands remember everything I miss. 2 cups beside the window, steam ascending slow. I catch myself too late, already set them so. The coffee's strong, the morning tastes like great. I hold the extra cup and breathe the day. It's been 11 months and still my body knows your schedule better than the place where memory goes. Muscle memory is cruelest when the mind is moved along. My hands are still in love with you, even when I'm trying to be strong. I still set 2 cups, I still pour for 2. I still leave the left side of the bed for you. I still hear you laughing in the other room, and then I hear the quiet and remember the truth. I tried to break the habit, set 1 cup instead, but I just stood there staring at the single lonely thread of steam ascending solo in the kitchen light of dawn. A whole life in a teacup, what it looks like to move on. I put the second one away behind the cabinet door, but I've been known to open it and set it out once more. You see, the hands forget the lessons that the mind has learned, and love leaves forwarding addresses that can never be returned. I still set 2 cups, I still pour for 2. I still leave the left side of the bed for you. I still hear you laughing in the other room, and then I hear the quiet and remember the truth. People say move on, like love is just a room. You pack your things and leave before the afternoon. But I have been a building with your name inside the walls. You can repaint the surface, but the structure never falls. So maybe I won't fight these hands of mine. Maybe setting 2 cups is perfectly fine. Maybe love that lingers in the ordinary things is the only kind that quietly means anything. I still set 2 cups, I still pour for 2. I still leave the light on, though I know it isn't you. I still hear your name in every quiet room, and I still set 2 cups. I suppose I always will. We were almost perfect in the autumn of that year. Almost made it through the season without fear. Almost said the things that needed to be said. Almost wore almost happiness like a dress that didn't fit. I were almost brave enough to name it. We almost had the conversation at the door. Almost stayed, almost left, almost said what we were for. And the saddest word in language isn't goodbye or gone. It's the word that lives between them. It's the word almost all along. We were almost forever, almost written in the stars, almost close enough to touch it, almost healing all these scars. We were almost what I prayed for. Every time I close my eyes, we were almost everything, which is another word for goodbye. I keep the photographs but never look at them too long. Almost looking is the art I've gotten good at since you're gone. Almost remembering the color of your laugh, almost knowing where I end and where you were the other half. We almost made it to the coastline that one June. Packed the bags, then unpacked them by the afternoon. Almost reckless, almost free, almost broke the spell. Almost is the door to heaven built right next to hell. We were almost forever, almost written in the stars, almost close enough to touch it, almost healing all these scars. We were almost what I prayed for. Every time I close my eyes, we were almost everything, which is another word for goodbye. I have been afraid of almost every love I've held since then. I steer so far from almost that I never love again. So teach me how to sit inside the almost without breaking. Teach me that the almost was still something worth the making. Because a love that almost lasted still lasted, didn't it? And almost forever is still a kind of infinite. We were almost forever, and forever isn't real. Almost is the truest thing that I will ever feel. We were almost written. We were almost everything. We were almost forever, and that's enough for me. almost made it through the season without fear. Almost said the things that needed to be said. Almost, always almost, always just ahead. You wore almost happiness like a dress that didn't fit. I wore almost brave enough to name it. We almost had the conversation at the door. Almost stayed, almost left, almost said what we were for. And the saddest word in language isn't goodbye or gone. It's the word that lives between them. It's the word almost all along. We were almost forever, almost written in the stars, almost close enough to touch it, almost healing all these scars. We were almost what I prayed for. Every time I close my eyes, we were almost everything, which is another word for goodbye. I keep the photographs but never look at them too long. Almost looking is the art I've gotten good at since you're gone. Almost remembering the color of your laugh, almost knowing where I end and where you were the other half. We almost made it to the coastline that one June. Packed the bags, then unpacked them by the afternoon. Almost reckless, almost free, almost broke the spell. Almost is the door to heaven built right next to hell. We were almost forever, almost written in the stars, almost close enough to touch it, almost healing all these scars. We were almost what I prayed for. Every time I close my eyes, we were almost everything, which is another word for goodbye. I have been afraid of almost every love I've held since then. I steer so far from almost that I never love again. So teach me how to sit inside the almost without breaking. Teach me that the almost was still something worth the making, because a love that almost lasted still lasted, didn't it? And almost forever is still a kind of infinite. We were almost forever, and forever isn't real. Almost is the truest thing that I will ever feel. We were almost written, we were almost everything, we were White peonies on a Tuesday with no occasion. I placed them where your reading chair once stood. The light still falls in that direction every morning, like the room remembers where it should. I vacuum round the corners that you always said I missed. I wash the cups and dry them on the list. The order of the kitchen is an act of preservation against the slow erosion of your face. I don't know if this is love or something love becomes when the person that you gave it to is no longer someone. Flowers for an empty room, light left on in an empty room, talking soft to an empty room. 'Cause the flowers don't care and the walls don't mind, and the light is just a light. But I am not ready to leave this behind. I told your sister you were doing fine. We both knew I was speaking of myself. The books are still arranged the way you left them, dog-eared page 147 on the shelf. I never finished reading what you started. I'm saving it for something I can't name, perhaps for when the room feels less like worship and more like just a room again. Flowers for an empty room, music on in an empty room, dancing slow in an empty room. 'Cause the flowers will die and the song will end, and the dancing is only me pretending. There's a particular kind of man who buys flowers for a room nobody visits, not because he has forgotten, but because he has remembered perfectly. And he knows that beauty is the only language left that doesn't ask the room to be anything other than what it is. Flowers for an empty room, flowers for a room that breathes, flowers for the room that breathes, flowers for the love I keep, flowers for the one who leaves. And when the petals finally fall and the water turns to rust, I'll buy white peonies again, because I must. peonies on a Tuesday with no occasion. I placed them where your reading chair once stood. The light still falls in that direction every morning, like the room remembers where it should. I vacuum round the corners that you always said I missed. I wash the cups and dry them on the list. The order of the kitchen is an act of preservation against the slow erosion of your face. I don't know if this is love or something love becomes when the person that you gave it to is no longer someone. Flowers for an empty room, light left on in an empty room, talking soft to an empty room. 'Cause the flowers don't care and the walls don't mind, and the light is just a light. But I am not ready to leave this behind. I told your sister you were doing fine. We both knew I was speaking of myself. The books are still arranged the way you left them, dog-eared page 117 on the shelf. I never finished reading what you started. I'm saving it for something I can't name. Perhaps for when the room feels less like worship, more like just a room again. Flowers for an empty room, music on in an empty room, dancing slow in an empty room. 'Cause the flowers will die and the song will end, and the dancing is only me pretending. There's a particular kind of man who buys flowers for a room nobody visits, not because he has forgotten, but because he has remembered perfectly. And he knows that beauty is the only language left that doesn't ask the room to be anything other than what it is. I'll buy white peonies again, because I must. It rained the night I wore it last. Walked home alone, not thinking of the past. But when I reached inside the collar of the wool, there you were, still present, still in full. I stood beneath the awning in the street, with strangers rushing by on hurried feet. press my face into the lining of the sleeve, and breathe the only version of you I couldn't grieve. A molecule of you, trapped in the fiber and the thread, more real than any memory, more living than the dead. Your perfume on my coat, the last note you ever wrote, on the surface of the world we used to share. Your perfume on my coat, I keep it like an antidote for the particular, specific, cruel despair of a life with all its warmth, but you not there. I haven't had it clean since last December. My mother asks me every time she calls. I tell her it's the weather, it's the winter, but really it's the only thing that holds. The dry cleaners would be thorough, would be kind, would take the wool and give me back my mind. A coat made clean of you, pressed, neutral, new, and I would rather fall apart than lose what's left of you. Your perfume on my coat, the last note you ever wrote, on the surface of the world we used to share. Your perfume on my coat, I keep it like an antidote for the particular, specific, cruel despair of a life with all its warmth, but you not there. They say scent is memory's most honest door, that the nose remembers what the heart ignores. So when I smell you, I am not nostalgic, I am simply, purely, briefly yours. And I know that molecules disperse, I know the science of the universe, I know that every winter it grows faint, and someday even this will be erased, and then I won't know what I've lost, because I'll have forgotten what you taste. Your perfume on my coat, still faint but still afloat, on the surface of a life I'm learning how to live. Your perfume on my coat, I hold it like a vote against the end of everything you gave, against forgetting, against the grave. Still there, just barely, still you, still you. It rained the night I wore it last, walked home alone, not thinking of the past. But when I reached inside the color of the wool. There you were, still present, still in full. I stood beneath the awning in the street, with strangers rushing by on hurried feet, and pressed my face into the lining of the sleeve, and breathed the only version of you I couldn't grieve. A molecule of you, trapped in the fiber and the thread, more real than any memory, more living than the dead. Your perfume on my coat, the last note you ever wrote, on the surface of the world we used to share. Your perfume on my coat, I keep it like an antidote for the particular, specific, cruel despair of a life with all its warmth, but you not there. I haven't had it cleaned since last December. My mother asks me every time she calls. I tell her it's the weather, it's the winter, but really it's the only thing that holds. The dry cleaners would be thorough, would be kind, would take the wool and give me back my mind. A coat made clean of you, pressed neutral new, and I would rather fall apart than lose what's left of you. Your perfume on my coat, the last note you ever wrote, on the surface of the world we used to share. Your perfume on my coat, I keep it like an antidote for the particular, specific, cruel despair of a life with all its warmth, but you not there. They say scent is memory's most honest door, that the nose remembers what the heart ignores. So when I smell you, I am not nostalgic. I am simply, purely, briefly yours. And I know that molecules disperse, I know the science of the universe, I know that every winter it grows faint, and someday even this will be erased. And then I won't know what I've lost, because I'll have forgotten what you taste. Oh, your perfume on my coat, still faint but still afloat, on the surface of a life I'm learning how to live. Your perfume on my coat, I hold it like a vote against the end of everything you gave, against forgetting, against the grave.